We have Chef Ronnie here from Tiki's Grill and Bar. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, so we're making pork chow mein, and you can find the recipe in today's Star Advertisers Crave section. It's in the By Request column. Betty Shimabukuro has the recipe for you, and Ron's cooking it up for us. How's it looking?
It's looking good. So I pre-did the pork. It's been marinated with ginger, soy sauce, a little bit of salt and pepper in the recipe.
Okay.
It says to start by stir-frying the noodles. It's all done in layers. And that's what we're going to do.
Is that how the noodles come? They come like that?
I actually brought these from the restaurant. This is how we buy them from the produce company. They come and they're pre-cooked. We steam them to expedite the process, but that's not necessary. This brings them back to life like this, stir-frying them. Because we only have a few minutes, I already sauteed this, but I'll bring that back to life as well.
Okay.
That would have took
really
3 or 4 minutes. What it was pork chops. They were sliced up nicely. The stock was reserved. Gail made stock for us right here. I skimmed off some of the fat, and we're bringing the noodles back in that. Okay.
Gail, always helpful.
So these, you have to bring them to life like that. Okay. I'm going to put this back in here for a second.
Okay.
You get the idea, and start the vegetables. Okay. It's onions. The recipe calls for stock in all this. It says to do it in stages in stock. Okay.
So the stock is really the key for bringing the flavors all together, right?
And that's what the recipe states, making homemade stock. I do the same thing at home. If I cook pork ribs, then I save all the stock. I put it in the refrigerator, I peel the fat off of it and clarify it.
And you can always freeze it too.
That's what we do. So I have pork and beef in my freezer. And if Gail didn't have time to do that this morning, that's what I did, because you have to cook the bones for about 90 minutes, right?
That's what real cooks do, like my mom. I buy it from the box.
Right.
Which does not taste nearly as good.
I think a lot of people do that. I think that's probably acceptable in today's world. Everyone's so busy. So it's that simple. So the noodles are like that.
Okay.
This recipe didn't say salt and pepper. I'm going to put a tiny bit of salt on this.
All right.
Usually when I make stir fry, I put oyster sauce in it.
Oh,
just
it has salt in it.
This is a nice, cleaner version.
Okay.
Whoops, there you go. Okay. So it's noodles. This would be better in a wok with some good firepower, right?
Ah, I see. Okay.
So these are sweating off over here.
In the stock.
In some of the stock, kind of almost steam sauteing them, right? If you do this really hot in a wok, you'd get all that steam, and whatever little bit of fat's left in that stock would be sticking to the vegetables. Okay. I'll go back into this pan for the gravy part, because it says to do it in this pan, but there's not really enough time, right?
Right.
So it says to take a little bit of the fat.
Chef Ronnie knows how it works on TV.
Yep, go fast. They were making a point that if you use this, it would be gluten-free for a certain recipe. You could make gluten-free gravy, pretty much. I think there's flour in these noodles, so that's not gluten-free. But the idea is that you could use mochiko flour to make something gluten-free, right?
Maybe a different type of noodle.
But again, you'd want to cook that.
All right. Stir that.
Kind of cook it out. Okay. How much time do we have?
None.
None? Not enough to eat it?
Well, we'll eat it. We'll make time for that, but just not on
We'll go
TV.
into this pan. That'll be easier, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We wouldn't be wasting that, except it's TV and we don't have enough time. And then you would simply...
Put it all together?
Yep. Take all of this.
Add the pork. Add the noodles?
And put it all over the noodles is how the recipe states it. Right?
Oh, that looks nice. And you did it in like 3.5 minutes.
Right.
All right. So we want to thank Chef Ronnie for coming in today. It smells absolutely delightful in here.
There's a fork right there.
Okay. All right. You don't have to tell me twice. Oh, we're going to be eating during the break, but we got to take a short one and we'll be back here at sunrise.